Tonight we're learning new details about a shooting between police and a suspect in Alton. It left an officer hurt, a police dog dead, and the suspect dead. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Ann Allred in for Kelly Jackson. The officer who was hurt has been identified as Alan Averbeck. His canine partner Odin was killed in a shootout with the suspect. We have team coverage on this shooting. Let's start with Megan Kernan live in Alton with what we've learned so far.
Well, Ann, less than an hour ago, we heard from Mayor David Goins, who tells us that Alton officer Alan Averbeck has been released from the hospital and is currently at home resting. However, it's still unclear what led up to the shooting, but it is important to note that officials are not looking for any other suspect at this time. Goins says that the officer is mourning the loss of his beloved canine Odin. Now, his partner, Odin, sadly passed away after being taken to the animal hospital. He had only been a canine for just a few months. The canine officer joined the department earlier this year, went to the Canine Academy in February, and graduated in May. This afternoon, many police canine units from across the area escorted Odin in a procession through the city as they took him to his final resting place. Police say the shootout happened this morning when the Alton Police Department exchanged gunfire with a suspect on Liberty and East 6th Street. Mayor Goins says there was a woman shot in a random shooting somewhere in the area last night, but would not confirm whether it was connected with today's shooting. While it's only been a few months working together, Goins says that Officer Averbeck and Odin were extremely close.
It's a very tough loss because this canine, the canine officer and his canine partner, they develop a bond that is unbreakable and unshakable, but they also develop a bond with the family because this canine goes home with this officer every day and really becomes part of that officer's family.
Now, we still have many questions that we want answers for, including who the suspect was and what he was wanted for. Now, the investigation is ongoing and is being led by Illinois State Police. We, of course, will keep you updated on air and online. For now, live in Alton, Megan Kernan, 5 on your side.
Neighbors witnessed the commotion outside and were concerned for their safety this morning.
5 on your side's Laura Barczewski spoke with several of them. She joins us live from the neighborhood. Laura.
Mike and Ann, this was certainly not the wake-up call these neighbors expected. One of the neighbors I talked with says he heard multiple gunshots around 5 o'clock this morning. He ran up to his 3 kids' bedrooms to grab them and get them down to the floor, then called police. At one point, he says he was able to look outside to make sure it wasn't happening right outside his front door and saw police officers approaching someone with their guns drawn. He says this is about the 4th shooting on their city block in about 4 years, but it's not an accurate representation of who they are in this neighborhood.
This community is suffering right now. We're suffering, and unfortunately this is becoming an all too common occurrence that our police department is having to deal with, that our residents are having to deal with, and we're begging for something to be done, and it kind of feels like it's going and falling on deaf ears.
Coming up at 6, I talked with another neighbor who was actually outside when these shots rang out. We'll have that more in just a little bit. Reporting live in Alton, Laura Barczewski, 5 on your side.
And of course, we'll continue to follow this story on air and on KSTK.com. You can also get updates on the 5 on your side app and on 5+.